In this box, I have the new dash for that. It is from DD EFI. This is for megasquirt powered cars. This is actually designed to fit right into the factory dash of a 94 to 04 Mustang. So let's open it up, see what it looks like. They have a QR code for installation quick start guide. Maybe that's the instructions or something like that. We don't need those.
Idiot!
Let's see, wiring harness. I'm assuming this probably plugs into the dash and then this is gonna wire into our MS3 sticker. No one gives you damn stickers anymore. I bought $1,500 worth of parts for that F100, not a damn sticker. Speaking of the F100, I'm sure you can tell that it is not in here. Shoved her outside where she belongs. We'll get back to that one in a few weeks probably, but there's a few things I want to do on the car before spring comes. So I figure if I just shove that thing outside, it's going to give me more room to work on this thing for a little bit. And it's probably going to make me actually buckle down and work on it a little bit because I've been so focused on the truck and this thing's just kind of been to the wayside. All right, what else do we got here? The dash itself. It's like a plastic. Looks like it was probably 3D printed or something like that. So yeah, this would just slide in place of the factory cluster. And here they have a GPS antenna, which I'm assuming is for a speedo. So I should not have any use for a speedo cable or anything like that. It should all be GPS driven. So that's it. That's all you get with it. Looks like it's pretty simple to put together. 699 bucks this was, which isn't bad, especially when you compare it to like a 7-inch Holley screen. I mean, you're talking, what are them, 1,300 bucks, something like that. 1,000 bucks, and this is 12.3 inches, I think. Let's get to putting this thing in. One other thing that I did have to order was all this stuff here. Some of these dashes are attached via CAN bus, and I think that's just their Pro dash. This is just the standard dash, and it plugs in via USB. So I had to get this USB cable, and then get this guy that goes into my ECU, cable plugs into it, and then that will feed the data from the ECU over to the dash. I got this on DIY Auto Tune. It was like 29 bucks or something like that. And I can't get the dash to fit in there with the column in the way, so I'm gonna unbolt the column from the bottom. And on these 94 to 04 Mustangs, it's just 4 bolts, or 4 nuts, I'm sorry. Drop that down and then it should just slide right in. So I'll pull that out and we'll just kind of feed everything in. All right, so I had to do a little bit of trimming. If you are lucky enough to have an old high mile car like this with a brittle ass plastic in it, as soon as you start trimming, it just breaks off and looks like shit. So that's good. That will, of course, cover all that up anyways. I had to trim all this plastic back, and then there's some plastic up top on each side to trim because the screen right here would hit. So no big deal. I'm gonna pull this panel out too. This isn't really relevant to installing the dash, but I'm gonna remove that and I'm gonna put a hole in it so that I can mount my wideband gauge into that. And I'm gonna have to get back there anyways so that I can wire some stuff up. So I'm gonna supply power to the backside of that for the dash itself, and I'll probably just ground it out on here, I suppose, on the inside of the car. All right, so here's the backside of our dash. Here's our USB cable. That's gonna go ahead and plug into the computer itself. Here's our GPS speedo cable. So this is just gonna double side tape on the inside of the windshield. I already actually have a hole in my dash from where I notched out for the cage. So I'll just tuck it up in there, put it on the windshield in front of the cage so I won't even be able to see it when I'm driving. We'll go ahead and feed all these wires through, and I'll probably get these guys tackled first, the power and ground, and then we'll have key on. Make sure, you know, obviously plug all this stuff, plug this guy into our computer, and we'll go ahead and see if it works. All right, so we've got our dash in place and have all of our wiring through. Actually there's a magnet on here, so I actually have that GPS sensor on the front of the cage, and it is a complete freaking nightmare in here. So I'll show you guys what I have going on here. So this black cord is my tuning cable for my megasquirt coming into here, and of course the prongs that you thread in on here don't quite reach here, so good old zip tie measure. And going into this USB adapter, into this female end of a USB cord, and then it's a male end going into the back side of the dash. So I can tuck this stuff away and add to all of this back here. So I'll go ahead and tuck this, and then I'm gonna go ahead and run power and ground, run key on. And with these dashes also, so I ran over to Kyle's, I had to grab my tuning cable from him. He was on vacation, and my tune file, the project file for this car was in his laptop, so we downloaded the project file from his laptop to the dash, powered the dash up already, just to make sure that it was, of course, gonna work, and seems to work just fine. So we'll wire it in, and then we'll actually turn the key on, and we'll see everything come up, and then I'll show you some of the different features in it. All right, let's power this thing up. Takes a little while to boot up. There we go. I had a problem with it detecting my car. So DD EFI has a Facebook group, and I posted my issue in there, and actually the owner of the company commented on it, and he gave me a couple ideas, and it was really simple stuff, kind of operator error stuff, so no big deal. Now here we have all of my gauges. They have a lot of different dashboards to choose from. Let's go to load dashboard. Let's see if it brings something up. MS3 sweep, what's that? Oh, I kind of like that. Hit apply, accept. So manifold air temp 51 degrees, that's probably about right. KPA 102.2, and we can right click on this stuff and we can change each gauge. And then here is our tack, and this, it'll show digital RPM here, our mile an hour here, because we have our GPS speed sensor now. AFR error, which makes sense because my wideband gauge is reading cents. I don't know if maybe the sensor's dirty or came unplugged or something, so that's another thing that I'll deal with this winter. But this is really cool, man. And then, like I said, there's a lot of different other dashes in here. So go to load dash, go to default. Let's do MS3 LED, and it, you know, it'll kind of give you an idea of what that particular gauge looks like before you hit accept. Analog bar, I don't really like that one. MS3 LED with speed. See, I like that one because I like having the tack up here. I like having speed in the middle. I want to have my speed and my tack my main things to see, but I want to be able to see boost, you know, intake, air temp. I'd like to see fuel pressure, oil pressure, coolant temp, all that fun stuff. So, which I'll play around with, you know, at some point. But for now, I'm going to say that's a win. And I really, really like this dash. I think everything, you know, it loads fairly quick. Hold on, let's apply and hit accept. Perfect. So it says we're going 160 miles an hour, which we most certainly are not. I don't know if maybe that's just because the car isn't on. Maybe it's just giving a weird reading. Full screen. There we go. And then we could, let's see, so how do we exit out of this? Ooh, I like that too. I really like that. This is for time. 60-foot time, 330, 660, quarter mile, full mile, 0 to 60, 0 to 100. This is super cool. Oh, dashboard. Okay. And now, so we'll go back to like our tuning dashboard. Now if we go, just scroll down to here, it'll bring up all your info on the bottom here. So that's the DD EFI dash. That's how you install it. It's pretty simple when you just follow the steps. I think I mentioned earlier, I did have an issue the other day when I was playing around with it. I would go into my gauges and it would show offline. And it was an error on my end because I never actually went in to start a new project file. I just assumed that my project file I downloaded onto it was going to automatically pull up. Well, it didn't. So I went on their Facebook site or their Facebook group and said what the issue I was having. The owner of the company actually commented on it, told me what to try, and I did. So it was an error on my end. I just didn't detect the ECU before I started playing with it. So yeah, it's really cool. I'm excited to play around with it once I start, driving the car again. It's middle of winter and this thing's kind of in pieces, so I'm not going to bother driving it right now. But I think that's going to do it for this one. Make sure you go check out Whiskey Dents and Classic Car Revivals on YouTube. Like the video, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya!